Hey guys, it's Twilight over here with another video, and today I'm basically going to teach you guys how I make my thumbnails. Now I've had a few people request this, which I don't really mind sharing how I make my thumbnails because I got my skill from basically other people as well, other YouTubers. I kind of like look at their thumbnails and see like what can I do to improve mine. So you guys can use this any way you like. Just modify it as much as you want. I don't really care what you do with your new thumbnail. But so I use PaintNet. I do use Photoshop every once in a while, but PaintNet is free. So this is a PaintNet tutorial because it's a free program, so anyone can get it. I don't know if you can get it on Mac. I'm not 100% sure. I've always been a Windows fan. I don't like Mac, but yeah. So what you do is you're gonna open your PaintNet and you have a blank canvas. Now what you're gonna do is go up here and just click it out. You don't need it. Just exit out. Just don't even bother with it, okay? And then what you're going to do is you're going to open and you're going to choose a background. So these are all the backgrounds that I downloaded from Google. Make sure the background is not a very small, like very small width and height, because you're going to resize it and you don't want it to be really blurry unless you're blurring it. I blur my backgrounds a lot so that the rest and that so that the stuff on top of the background can pop out more. But anyways, choose a background. So I'm going to choose this one with Google, and as you can tell, this is really small. But again, I blur my background so it doesn't really make a difference. See, this is 450 by 337, and we're going to make it huge. It's going to be 250 by 720, the length of a YouTube thumbnail. And as you can tell, it gets blurry. Again, you want a background that won't be too blurry if you want the background to pop. But most of my backgrounds don't pop. So how I make the background blurry, you go to Effect, you go to Blurs, and you go to Gaussian Blur, and you change the blur. So as you can tell, I changed the blur so that the things that's going to go on front of the background pops more. So I think yeah, that's okay. So just change the blur to whatever you want. There you go. And then this is optional, totally optional. You don't have to do this, but you can have a gradient effect on your background. So what you do is you basically put the effect on, drag it where you want, and change the color. So you can do like a green and a yellow or whatever. I don't know. I do this every once in a while with my backgrounds, but not a lot. So when you do that, you're going to click the properties down here in your layers. You're going to go to glow, and you're going to change the opacity. And so as you can tell, there's a hint of yellow and like peach in the background. This is totally optional. I'm not even sure if I want to keep it myself. Just totally optional on the person. So what you're going to do is you're going to add another layer, and you can rename your layers if you want. I don't bother. And you're going to choose a PNG for your background. So me personally, this background is going to be for a future video. So what you're going to do is you're going to click it, and you're going to click copy, and then you're going to go to edit, and you're going to get paste. I don't really use the keyboard shortcut, but this is highly important. You're going to keep canvas size. If you're going to expand canvas, you do not want to expand your canvas. You want your canvas size to be 250 by 720. I will also put that down below. Do not change your canvas size. Keep canvas size, okay? And so this is your this is your transformize. It's a transformize, but this is your PNG, so you can resize it as much as you want. Change it, resize it. I actually like it like this. I'm actually going to zoom out a little so I can see my full background. So you're going to resize it if you want, change it up a lot. And then I'm going to deselect it. You don't have to, it's optional. And so that's my PNG. So I'm going to click another layer, and this is going to be my text layers. Sometimes I have over like 5 different text layers because different font wise. But this is going to be transformize. And again, you change your font. A lot of my fonts I do get off of the internet. If you want me to teach you how to download a font, just let me know. But change your font size, change your font. Mine is too freaking cute demo. It's not the full thing, but you know, it works for me. So change the font. You can change the color as well. So I want it to be like a peachy color. Okay. move it to the side. Once you change your font, go to effects. Now this is an add-on to PaintNet. You can put add-ons to PaintNet. Honestly, I got PaintNet for a while, so I'm not 100% sure where I got my add-on, but there's a lot of tutorials out there to show you where to get add-ons on PaintNet. But I got an add-on so that I can put a drop shadow behind everything. So I'm going to put a drop shadow behind this wording. Basically, I'm just going to change the blur radius, and I'm going to change the color in the width a little thicker. Again, this is optional. You don't have to do this, but this is what I do. But again, you guys can be creative and do whatever you want. You don't have to copy my tutorial from, word by word. So again, I'm going to go add a drop shadow to the mice as well. So there you have it. And then what I'm going to do, you can like add different other text. Like you can put new status. Why is this in all caps? Did I put this in all caps? Okay, so noob status, and then change the side. Sorry for my dog. My dog is having like a very bad day today. And this video is not really going to be edited that much. So sorry if you hear my dog barking in the background. I don't know what's wrong with her. She's having like a very bad day. But like noob status or whatever. Do whatever you want. And if you already clicked out of like the resizing, you can always get it and like just make it smaller. But I recommend do not try to make it bigger because it tends to make your font a lot blurrier. If you try to make a small font big. So I suggest resizing it before you try to make it bigger, basically. So again, I'm going to add a drop shadow to this one as well. Boop. Okay. And you can add a lot of, like if you see like a lot of my icons, I add like 10 billion PNGs. Sometimes I have like only one PNG. A PNG is basically an image that has a clear background, so you can put it anywhere. So basically this is what that is. I might change this up a little. This might not be the original thumbnail. And then sometimes, not all the time, I will add a banner. So not a banner, but a banner, something that, I don't know, is this a banner? I don't know. So I'll sometimes add a banner, and I'll sometimes put it behind everything, so and then you can change the size. Me personally, I don't like the thicker banners. They're kind of weird. Where? Oh, I clicked out of my banner. Whoopsies. So I'm just gonna click that. Go back. To finish. Okay, go up. Okay, there you go. And so change the banner. Me personally, I don't like the thicker banners like this. Again, that's me personal. I kind of go for the more thinner versions. I might go thick sometimes, but it's highly unlikely. Depends on my content. So I go up here like to 7, 6. I don't know. And you can change the style. You can have like it being like that. And I'm gonna just put it below, move it down under, so it's like that. And sometimes I also add rectangles and make them transparent. I don't know. I do a lot of things. Add another layer, and you can like put a rectangle like thing right here and make it transparent. Like you can have it white, and you can have a solid color. You can change the style as well. Change the style to solid. Get your paint bucket, and you get paint bucket that, and then move it around. And you can also, this is very ugly right now, but you can also change the opacity of this. So like there's like a little drop shadow like on the wording. That could also be like a cool idea. But again, you do whatever you want with your thumbnail. Your thumbnail is completely custom to you and how you want it. But this is basically how I make my thumbnails. My thumbnails don't really take me that long. It probably takes me around, I don't know, 5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, depending on if I'm making a render and all that. But yeah, guys, that's basically how I make my thumbnails. This is the final product. I'm going to use this on a video. But how you save it is actually important as well, because if you don't save it right, then you basically can't put it on YouTube. You cannot save it as PDN, which is paint. That you have to save it as a PNG. So how this works, you can save it as a PDN if you want to edit it back again, but if you save it as a JPEG or a PNG, that means everything will flatten out and you will no longer be able to edit that thumbnail. So if you want to save it as a PDN to make sure you can edit in the future, make sure you do that so that you can always come back to it. But if you're completely done with it and you don't want to be involved with it anymore, which I'm completely done, save it as a JPEG or a PNG. It does not matter which one you save it as, but I'm going to save it as a JPEG. And you get to rename it. So I'm going to rename it Transformize, and you see all my like pictures I have on there. So save it. You get to click OK. Don't even change it. And what this does right here is it flattens it to a single layer, so you can save it to a JPEG. If it's not a single layer, then you cannot put it on YouTube. It will not work. So it's saving, and there you have it. So that's basically how you put it on YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.